Everybody, we're off to the right a little bit, off to the left a little bit. We are in our new setup. I do not know how this is going to go. We don't know what sound is going to be like. We don't know what any of this is going to be like. I do know I like my new table. It's so pretty. I do like that new table. It is so pretty. So thank you, Luke. Thank you, Luke. All right. By the way, comments will pop up on your monitor. Don't, but I got them. So
I'm reading.
we even have Shannon has a monitor so she can see her hands and where she's at now. And do y'all like our background? It's so pretty, this table. We're so excited. So here's the deal. I had one of these signs left. This is the only one I had left, apparently. I did not realize. We can get more of these if you like them. But I made this for my house. This is actually my wreath that I took home and brought back. So we can make one for you guys too. We're just calling this Southern Charm because we're using our Southern Charm ribbon in it. And this is a recipe we've not shown you guys yet. This is actually one that we made on the bunny, the metal bunny. So today what Shannon's going to do is make this wreath for you guys. And then we're going to use, you want to show them what we're going to use for the center, which is so cute. We're going to use this little mason jar in the middle. My voice is going in and out, in the middle. And I think that'll be so cute. So we'll show you how we're going to do that in just a few minutes. Oh, so there's some online?
That looks like it.
Okay, so there are some of those signs. Let me look and see.
They're called Welcome to Our Home.
Welcome to our home. So apparently we do. I thought we didn't have any more of them, but it says we do. So there you go. Now then, let's go. Let's tell you what we're going to do. So we're going to move this wreath. Can you move it? Shannon's going to move that one. And we're going to get started. So this one starts with a white wire wreath. And remember, it doesn't have to be a white one, but it works really well in this situation. And remember, these wreaths that we use are kind of different. Like a lot of times you guys ask me how many, what are those called? Twists and all that kind of stuff there are. But Shannon, hold it to the side and show them the difference in this wreath. This is, the dimension on this wreath form is what makes all the difference. You see how that kind of stands up? That's what gives you such a pretty thick wreath. So I just wanted to show that. Yay, thanks Mom. My mom is watching. We're probably in the future, we're testing this out today on the Wi-Fi. So there may be some buffer and stuff. We feel like in the future we can run this through our good internet. So we want to see how the Wi-Fi did today in case we ever want to do a quick one. All right, so here's what we're using. So easy. 2 meshes, only 2. You're going to use, we're using gray and we're using white. And the gray mesh we're going to use is cut 10 inches. It's a 10.5-inch mesh, but we cut it in 10-inch pieces. And we're actually going to ruffle today. So we're going to ruffle and loop. So you can push your, you can show them the ruffle. So push your form up out of the way. Now here's how you ruffle. You want your finished edges to the outside. Okay, finished edges, and show what you mean by that. See how those are the seamed edges on the outside? You want those out, and you want your loose or your rough edges to be ruffled in. So Shannon's going to start at the bottom middle, and she's going to ruffle her hands up. Just like that. And you're making kind of a ruffled bow. See that? And let me tell you, this uses hardly any mesh. Like, we went really scant with this mesh. So here's what you do. You're going to put 1 ruffle in that loop. That's it. That is it. 1 ruffle. There, we've been, I said Vera, but it's not Vera. We've been praying for Tennessee. You guys got hit. Tennessee lost 20 people already. That's what they posted so far. So please keep them in your prayers. That's terrible. We didn't even get a warning. I don't know what happened. We had a tornado warning, but we didn't get warning. So there's another one. It's not a kit, but what we've done, Anastasia, we have the shopping list all made for you. And what I'm going to do is just paste it in here for you so you can just click. If you click on this link right here, everything you need for this wreath is right in that list. So there we go. So just ruffle, and you're going to put 1 gray one in every one. That mesh is cut to 10 inches. By the way, the recipe, we also have the recipe link ready for you guys. So I'm going to put that link in again. I put it in the chat one time already. It is also in the description of this video. But that mesh is cut to 10 inches. That mesh that we're using today is cut to 10-inch strips. So there, yeah, welcome to your new craft home. That's cute. That's what it feels like. Our new craft room. Hi, Maria from Florida. Thank you for liking our crafts. This gray mesh is so pretty. Yeah. This wood table's not doing the gray justice. It's so pretty. That's one thing we'll have to get used to is the colors on this wood.
Yeah.
You having that monitor helps you so much. It helps us too. She's not getting out of screen at all. We like that. I would like to be louder, and that's kind of what we're testing today is how this is going to go with volume. But the audio, we may have to get microphones in this room. That's what we were trying to see. So this is as loud as we can get, and I'm sorry about that. I'm trying to yell. Yeah, I feel like the Wi-Fi will have a little quality difference. So again, the next time we do a live, we'll be hardwired. So
We have to try everything out though.
yeah, we have to test everything to see what has to be fixed. This mesh, I'll talk really loud. This mesh is what they call a poly burlap. It is not burlap, and it's just a mesh. Mom asked if it was a tweed. It does not have a pattern to it, but I feel like if the Wi-Fi is buffering a little bit, it may look like it does. Shannon, you might can hold that up close to the.
Yeah, it has what looks like a little string, but
Let her hold it up to the camera for you guys, and you can kind of see it. It's not exactly a check. It's got a little extra piece in there. It's really pretty. We just got this in, by the way, so if you're thinking you might have already ordered it, you hadn't, because we just literally put it on the shelf during the move. I think
it didn't have a home.
It did not have a home until we got here, so. Mom, you would like this one. My mother is taking my wreath class at Made It. My Aunt Judy is taking my wreath class. My niece Lydia is taking my wreath class, and my Aunt Dottie is taking my wreath class.
My sister and my son's teacher are
That's
taking
right.
their class.
That's right. So there's probably not many spaces left, but if you want to basically take a class with our friends and family, that's the
Family
one.
class.
The family class. That's funny. Hey, Shannon.
Hey.
Somebody said Tanner mentioned you the other day, so I had to search for you. Oh, cool. Tannen's a sweetheart. Tanner is a sweetheart. He taught at Made It Con, Tennessee. I think that was 2 Made It Cons ago, maybe. Connie's taking that class. There you go. It's like an open weave tweed. Say that 3 times fast. Open weave tweed. Open weave tweed. Open weave tweed. Thank y'all for taking my classes. If you don't know what we're talking about, let me just link it because it's getting really close and classes are selling out. I'm going to link the Made It Con for you guys, the website. If you would like to take any of these classes in person, we're going to be teaching here in Central Alabama at what is called our Performing Arts Center. And we have several classes left, but they're going. They're going. Yay, Barbara's catching us for the first time live. My mother, the wreath needs to be in kit form. The problem with kit form is that means I have to pull employees to cut kits for thousands of people, and we don't have that kind of manpower. Maybe one day we will. Unless you want to give up some time and come cut kits, Mom.
It'll be fun.
Come cut. It'll be fun, they said. 7,000 kits later.
Yes.
But what we do...
It's kind of a kit. All your stuff's in a bag.
It's all in a bag. It'll come in one box to your house. They're too easy. I try to make these wreaths so easy that you don't even need a kit. Like the kit, it's basically a kit. You just cut straight lines.
Yeah.
That's all you're doing. You cut 18 pieces of 10-inch mesh in gray, 18 pieces of 10-inch mesh in white, and you cut 18 pieces of 36-inch ribbon. That's it. There's nothing to
Scissors
it.
for all of it. You don't even have to. I didn't even use a cutting wheel this time.
Oh, you did it with scissors?
I
You
did
it with
Tim Holtz shears on everything.
We are using our magnetized tripod. I love this tripod.
It's cool.
A video will be coming on it. I contacted the company. You guys know anytime I do a review, I like to do a giveaway as well. So look, Ma said, well, maybe it doesn't need a kit. Smile. I contacted the company that sells this tripod and asked them if they'd be willing to sponsor a giveaway if I did a review. So we are in talks, and so far they said yes. I'm just waiting to hear about what any details about the video might need to be. But I always love to contact folks and see if they'll do a giveaway for you. If I'm going to show you something, they ought to be able to give you something, right? I think so. Barb, thank you. This is the table that Luke made for us, and we're not even using we're using it. I was gonna say we're not using the whole thing. We're
It's
not.
just plenty of room
There's so much room. It's so much better than our tiny little table we were using.
that we couldn't even put all of our supplies on.
Notice how you don't see tripod legs anymore? Bonus. I love my new tripod. I love it.
Yes.
But I'm hoping they'll do a giveaway for us.
Is it really a tripod?
No, it's a monopod. First off, it's a monopod, and secondly, it magnets to our ceiling. It's the coolest thing you've ever seen. The coolest
Alright.
thing. All right, so all you did was one ruffle of gray in every twist. Now all you're going to do is one loop of white in every twist. Guys, this is the wreath anyone can make. There is no reason you can't make this wreath. So you're going to take your white. By the way, this is what's this one called?
The check mesh.
Check mesh. So we're mixing two meshes, which might freak some people out, but I think it looks beautiful because I like texture. So all you do with this is roll it into a loop, squeeze it in the middle, and put one in every twist. That is the magic. That's all there is to it. It's the easiest wreath ever, and it is so pretty when it's done. I did this one for myself at my house, and a lot of you guys don't like such big wreaths, and this one's still plenty full, but it's good if you, especially for inside, which I really like. They should show how tight you roll it. The looser you roll it, the more texture you get.
Yeah, it's just.
And we don't really tighten it. Hold the loop, hold the circle up. We don't really like. All right, see what she's doing? She's overlapping it a couple inches and squish. I mean, we don't really do this super tight.
The closer you get to the middle of the roll when you're cutting it, the tighter it will be. But it's just because it's lived as a circle for so long. But
Darlene says these people. Okay, listen. And I say these people, you'll hear in a second. So I started doing wreaths about 6 months ago, and now my friend is doing them for $35. She sells hers for $55. How does she make anything? How should I handle this? How are you making anything at $55? Because I strip them down. She's not making a dime at $35. Not one dime. I strip them down, and our wreaths are still between $60 and $70, depending on what we do. So I don't know how you're doing them for $55. You just keep doing you. That's what you do. Because look, if she can't afford to do it, she won't be able to keep doing it. You know, she'll have to raise her prices. That sign is available on the website. I do chalk couture, but we have taken a break from it for our move. I have not had a moment to even consider it. And the only reason we're able to do this today is because I said, guess what I'm doing? I'm sitting down at noon.
for once.
I've not sat down in, let's see, Thursday of last week we started moving. And I promised Vince I would take Sunday off. I promised him I would not work Sunday.
And I thank you. It was nice.
And I have been here ever since. I wouldn't have made y'all work at all. I would have come up here and done some stuff. But I don't think it's about a fourth of the way. I think she might only overlap. What?
I mean,
it might be a fourth.
You could well, not really half. 3/4 and 3/4.
All you want is for your mesh to not pop out from itself. You just want it to keep its kind of loopy shape. Yeah, that's about it. Oh, what'd that say? They said there's more of it now in the space. I don't know what that was. Maybe about a soda can diameter. Maybe. I don't know.
Well, if you're using the same check mesh, I've been going about the third row of checks in.
Oh, good.
The third line in.
There you go.
And then fold it over.
3 rolls of check in.
But that's just with the check because you can't give that designation with the gray.
The thing you want to know is
there's no right or wrong.
You want your loop to be a loop. You don't want it to separate at the ends and not be a loop. So you want to overlap it enough that it will stay a loop and not become a V
because if you
at
do,
the end.
If you do too big, it just
I don't
know. It loop anyways.
That's the thing. I don't know. I love this check mesh too. It's the best mesh I've ever worked with.
Yeah, it's my favorite.
Love it. Hey, this gray mesh is great too. All mesh frays, but some of these meshes are just less and less in the fray. They've done better with this edging. They do better with that now than they used to. Ooh, Plantersville is just around the corner, girl. Linda, be close. She said, can't wait to visit her family in Plantersville and stop by our store. My mother and Connie are having their own conversation. Too funny. Yeah, shipping is hard on Reese. So hard. Thank you, Jackie. I like watching Shannon make Reese too. I like saying, hey, this will look good and this will look good. Hey, make that.
It's fun. I'm not complaining.
These are easy to do. Listen, is this the easiest one we've ever done? It's the less prep work.
The easiest is the continuous loop.
We haven't shown that. We will show it. That's a class.
Yeah,
we can't show that yet. I have to do it in the class first, and then you'll see it.
So y'all got it made.
The size of this wreath form is 15 inch. They don't call it that though.
Yeah,
I think they call it a
measure
25
like
inch.
25,
Mhm.
but they laid these.
They lay the
all the way
twist out. So they lay the twist out to measure it, but the form itself is about 15 inches round. Thank you. Barbara says she likes how easy we make them. Our plan is always easy. I don't like hard. And why? Why spend too much time, right? Oh, thanks, Diana. Christina, you can make this one in a split second. Matter of fact, let's talk about how the prep work is for this. For this particular wreath, you could prep it in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Maybe 20.
Maybe 20.
Maybe 20. Because you're only cutting 18 pieces of 2 mesh.
If you have all your stuff with you, it won't take long at all.
No, it will not take long. Tina says, I already told my husband, when we go to Florida in May, he will stop this time. Y'all, I feel so bad. We had a couple stop on Saturday. They were on their wedding anniversary, their 56th wedding anniversary. They were traveling. They were coming through, and he brought her here to stop by. And we were literally moving. Oh, were we getting the last loads from the old store? We were.
Yeah.
The very last loads. And this place was like, it was literally like we had just opened the doors and thrown boxes in. And I let them walk around, and they pinned them out. We tried to do as much as we could, but it was such a mess, but they were so gracious. So gracious. I like fun for wreaths. Maybe that might be a misspelling. I'm not sure what you mean by fun for. Can hardly wait for Made It Con. Well, you ain't got that much longer to wait. This is a new wreath. This is a new table. This table was made by our new carpenter friend named Luke, who also made my map sign. When you come from Made It Con, you're going to love the map sign. It's incredible. But Luke made this table for us, and it's 4 by 8.
I think so.
I think it's 4 by 8. It's wonderful. It's not 4 by 8, 4 by 6. Either way, we love it. And the best part about the whole thing is having this much space to film on and having my magnetic tripod to be able to go as high as we want to go. This is why Shannon can literally put the whole wreath in the camera. Yeah, that doesn't even show it all because you still have awesome. 2 inches at the top. So she can show every bit of it. So how do you know where to put the twist? You put those, well, first off, read the recipe. Let me get the recipe for you. Here's the recipe, but you put one in every twist. Actually, you put 2 in every twist.
And
put a white one and a gray one.
These forms have the twists that you're putting the stuff in already on it, so you're not adding them to it.
There's your recipe. I just linked it in the chat. Susie says, you're doing a beautiful job, Shannon.
Thank you.
You really are.
All right, now we're ready for ribbon.
All right, ribbon. Let me talk about ribbon real quick. Show all 3 pieces real quick. We're using 3 pieces of ribbon. And I have this new thing I like, and it is called Big Loopy Bows. And so what we're doing is we're cutting our ribbon a little longer on this one. This ribbon is 36 inches. That is a yard long of ribbon, and that sounds like a lot, but it looks beautiful when the wreath is finished because you really get to see all of your ribbon, and you're not using very much of this ribbon. That's why I was okay with it. You're only using 3 ribbons, and you're only using 6 lengths of each ribbon because you want 18 of them, okay? Somehow we keep messing our math up. We'll see if we did it right today. But I'm using 3 ribbons in this, or Shannon's going to use 3 ribbons, and we're just going to, she'll start with 1 and just go. And honestly, if 2 of them land together, it's not going to hurt anything. In my mind, I try to keep them from landing together, and I did decent on that one. But sometimes they will, and it's not that big of a deal. So, Linda would like to know how to order supplies from us. Let me give you the link to my online store. It's maymaymadeit.com. There's the link. Bonnie says, Maymay, you've come a long way from those closet days. God has been so good. I've watched you evolve over the years. What an amazing human being you are. Much love. Bonnie, thank you so much. You know, Brenda's husband came in the other day to see the shop, and he's a businessman, and he loves to talk business. And he was like, no, did you tell me you started in a closet? I said, yeah, I had a 4 by 6 closet in an apartment we moved into right after our house fire. And we didn't have anything to store away because, you know, we'd lost everything in the house fire, so I didn't need closets. So that closet was just sitting there, and I asked Vince, I was like, look, I want to try something. Can I have that closet as my craft room? I always had a craft room, and he knew I was going to need that. but he let me have that 4x6 closet. Matter of fact, you can go on my channel. Bucky and I were talking about this. Brenda's husband, he was like, do you have pictures or video? I said, here's the beauty of YouTube. Because your viewers always want a craft room tour, I have a tour of every craft room I've ever had starting from the cottage. So they work all the way up. Yep. I can post the link to Made It Con. Hang on one second. Did I do it wrong a while ago? Was it a bad link? Let me try this one. All right, let's talk about what she's doing. So she's taking that ribbon, and you want to open it? I'm sorry. She's doing the classic we always start with. She's going to cross her tails over in an X, okay? And then she's going to bring that back loop up to the crossover. Now, all you're looking to achieve here is for your loops and your tails to be roughly the same size. They don't have to be the same size. Your tails can hang way out. That's fine. But you just want them to be roughly the same size. Where do the wreath forms come from? Check out Retro RX. Check out my website. Actually, let me give you the shopping list. I think that'll help. We've got the shopping list on our website. You can just click and purchase. So I'm going to copy this. And I'm going to link this in. But our website is maymaymadeit.com. And if you look at our blog post, which is in the, if you're watching on the replay, I put the link in the description of this video so you can get to it that way. This is a super easy one, y'all. Super easy. Easy, easy, easy. All right, hold on. There were lots of comments. All right, so she's going to take that piece of ribbon. She's going to cross it over and make an X with the design facing up. Where her crossover is, she's going to go to the back and grab that loop and bring it right up to the crossover, and then she's going to pinch the middle. Now, I kind of pleat the middle. Do you pleat the middle?
Sometimes the thinner ribbon, I don't know, it just kind of groups easier, so I just stuff it in there. The 2-inch ribbon, I do gather it up like you're doing a bow.
I like to kind of, the 2.5, yes, 2.5 inch.
Here's what I found.
Uh-oh, we made Siri talk. The 2.5 inch ribbon, I'll kind of pleat up. That 1.5 inch, you can just kind of squish in the middle. So it's so easy, y'all. All right, we'll do it again. Cross it over, make an X. Bring your back loop up to the crossover. And this is where she'll kind of pleat. Let me show you this too. I want to show them this while we're, you do it, but do what I'm going to tell you to do. I don't know how to explain what I'm saying. All right, follow my instructions, okay? Do your X over again. Now, okay, take your tails over. Now I want to show you something. When you pull that back loop up, if you tuck it down low on the X, it makes your loops stand out more, right? Let me come behind you and I'll show you.
I see what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because she's taking this bottom loop and bringing it low in the X, these stand out more. But if you take it and you bring it straight up, it kind of makes them level. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I tuck underneath like you do. I like to make that little puff.
Puff it.
Yeah, if that makes sense. I like a floofy one.
And then you can just kind of
Thanks, Diane. She says we're a great team. Sandra says, I love how you're mounting those ribbons. That's neat. It's super easy.
It is.
Are you tucking your twist?
Yes.
When she finishes putting this ribbon in, because this is the last thing we're putting into the twist, she's tucking her twist. You can do that. You don't have to.
Nope.
You can twist them and let them stay there, but we just tuck them around.
Tuck them to the back.
Oh, Teresa says, I couldn't wait for my postman to come and bring all my goodies that I ordered from you all the way to England. I was sitting by my front door waiting for him to knock. Love you, Maymay. Thank you, Teresa. That's so sweet. And she's going to do, now these, like we're talking about, she's putting one of these bows in every twist, just alternating the pattern. That's it. You just alternate them, up and down, up and down. I have to tell you also, I've been following the Meghan Markle, and I'm still calling him Prince Harry. I don't care, the Prince Harry stuff. And this morning we were watching the news and it was awful, you know, all the stuff that was going on. And then they cut to political stuff, which makes me leave the room. I'm done. So then I heard them talking about the Queen and having a meeting with Prince Harry. So I ran back in there and Vince was trying to distract me. I said, you got to stop distracting me. I am trying to hear about the Queen. We have got trouble. We've got trouble and we got to hear about it. He's like, you know they're not our government, right? I'm like, I know they're not our monarchy, but I have to worry about the Queen and what she's doing.
We like it.
These
Follow them on
colors.
Facebook.
Do you? I don't. I need to.
Yeah.
Sandra Parker. No. I'm sorry, Sandra. It was Yolanda who says, love these colors. Did I tell them where this came from? I actually made this for my house.
Yes.
This is not a wreath we had in the store. This one will go in the store for sale. This one was for my house. So I
She
needed
brought
one.
it back.
I needed one to replace my Christmas wreaths, so I made that one to match. I don't know how I've crafted for years without Maymay. Thanks for teaching me so much. You're so sweet, Susan. Crafters can figure it out. Oh, no way. Don't get news. What's happening with the Queen? Oh, Prince Harry and Meghan, from what I can understand, they've moved to Canada, right? I don't know all the
think
news.
so.
I think they've moved to Canada and they're not using the title anymore, the royal title anymore, and I think they're still in discussions about it. Look, and the Queen
I
said
think they
it.
pretty much are living on their own money.
They're
stopped-
being
yeah,
self-sufficient.
yeah.
They're not using royal money. And you know what the Queen said? And look, she's his grandmother. She said to him, you can come back to royal family anytime you want, right?
Oh, you're so
Of
family.
course, your family. Christine has overcome a lot. Where did I miss something? Hold on, let me scroll back. Well, there it is. Christine says 3 years, multiple surgeries. Craft and such have been lost to me till I found you. You and your crew brought a smile back to my face. I'm crafting cards and more again. Yay, Christina! Oh, Christina, that's awesome. I hate that you've gone through so much, but I'm happy that you've gone through it, right? And you're on the other side and it's crafty time. That's awesome. Thanks for responding, Mom, because I didn't even see that. Oh, still miss Lady Di.
I think that's the biggest reason they left is he was tired of his wife being treated like his mother was. Stalked
Oh,
and cameras all in their face, and they were trying to live life. But I could be wrong. I don't know.
I don't know. I just keep up with very little,
Very nothing.
enough of it to know something's going on, right?
Yeah.
So, question is, where do you put your wreaths in your house? I would not put it on the front door because no one comes through it. Decorating is not my strong point. This particular wreath goes on the inside of my front door because I want to look at it. So, even though it says welcome to our home, also for me, we have a staircase that comes up right behind my front door. So, even a visitor will come up that staircase and turn around, and that's kind of where they would see it. Oh, I have the same problem, Sandy. I can't have a wreath on my front door in the spring and summer because birds will make a nest in it. I have the same problem. What I have done to stop it is I'll just go out there periodically. Like we had the same problem in our last building. We had this one bird or type of bird that wanted to make a nest in our little building. And what I would try to do is clean it early and often. Like I didn't want them to spend a lot of time building a nest and then take down their nest. I wouldn't do it. I would just let them live there until they moved on. You know, because they have the babies, they send the babies off, and then they pretty much leave that nest anyway, right? But if you do it early and often, they kind of go, well, this is not working, and they move on. So, you know, as they start to put a couple of sprigs in, just clean those sprigs out, and they'll go, well, I can't build here. And that worked for our building. Were you there when that mama bird had babies right there in the little awning? Yeah, and after that, we were like, we got to keep that cleaned out, because you don't want to wait till they build a whole
No,
nest.
because we have them build nests in our window right beside where we park at.
Debbie, you're so sweet. I've learned so much from you, Maymay. I've been blessed by you and your team. Thank you for all you do. You're so sweet. Thank y'all so much. Judy remembers my closet craft room. Will that really stop though? I mean, they're still well known. I don't know. I think unfortunately, if you're in the public eye, you know.
That's what it is.
Maymay, can I get by with one roll of each ribbon? 6 times 36 is 6 yards, and those are 10-yard rolls.
Yeah, I only used one roll.
One roll of each ribbon, and you'll have a little left over.
Yeah, you'll have some left.
Oh, Christina, it says she's so blessed. I was reading her post there. I didn't see a question, Connie. Let me go back. Connie had a question about a picket fence. Where'd it go?
Oh, had a snake in your wreath? No, thank you. I'll never put one outside again.
Whatever. Snakes have to have places to live too. I don't
Dead
see it, Connie.
in a grave.
Come on.
Like
All snakes. Come
all
on.
snakes. Every last one of them.
I don't have a thing. I don't want to have to decide between me and a snake. You know what I'm saying?
I don't like snakes.
But the thought of them does not freak me out or anything
I don't like 'em.
like it does some people.
I don't watch them on TV. I don't like them.
Connie, I don't see your comment. I have a bird that keeps trying to build in my dryer vent.
Mine runs too much for birds to build it.
And you, oh my gosh, you should be at my house.
And there's only 3 of us.
There's, let's see, 4, 5,
1,000.
6, 7 of us. It never stops.
Ours doesn't either.
Oh, how can I make white cardboard look like picket fence for a school board? Girl, ink dragon. Have you seen how I make paper and chipboard look like wood? So take your white cardboard and take some gray or some light brown ink and drag it, and it will look like wood. Plastic ball Wreath outside, cloth homemade inside. Good idea, Barb. Good idea. I don't like spiders and snakes. You didn't say that. You said I don't like snakes, but you have to say that, right? I don't like spiders and snakes.
I can deal with spiders more than snakes.
You can't look at them, Diana. Why do they? Okay. I watch this guy on YouTube.
Surprise, surprise.
And he breeds snakes.
Oh, gosh.
And you learn about them. And it's
I don't
really
wanna
interesting.
know.
I don't want to have one as a pet.
I don't like learning about them.
But you learn about them, but it's good to know about them because then you know what to do to deal with them. Now listen, don't let me
Scream and run the other way. That's how you deal with it.
don't let me come up on a cottonmouth or a rattlesnake or what's the other one? A sidewinder.
Don't let me come up on any of them. I don't like them. I don't like fake ones.
I could not tell her that, Debbie. I hope that didn't show up on the screen because you will freak out if I read that to you.
I didn't see it.
I have the snake story, and I should be terrified of them after my snake story. You want me to read it to you? Are you
What?
brave?
Not really, but
I shouldn't tell you this, Shannon. I know better. You're going to be calling me one night. You're great.
wide awake now.
Do you take baths?
Nope.
Oh, you're okay then. Okay,
I
listen.
like tubs.
My daughter-in-law was getting out of the tub one night in their heritage home and was confronted by a fox snake. Never heard of a fox snake?
No. I ain't looking it up either.
Oh my gosh, Jennifer can't do frogs. My daughter-in-law doesn't like frogs.
Frogs. Frogs aren't snakes. I mean, I'm
Y'all
not
are
gonna,
so funny.
I'm not gonna pick one up or anything, but
Can I tell a spider story? Because she just said, Deb said that she screamed so loud she wasn't sure if he was scared more her or the snake. This is no joke. This really happened. I was working at a place called Sport Clips that does men's haircuts. And we were in the back room. And my boss and I were sitting at the table going over some reports. And I saw behind her on the floor a spider coming. Like, just walking. Not like a, I mean, he was big, but he was like one of those, we get like wolf spiders.
not like a tarantula.
No, but like those spiders big enough to see. And he's why I've never seen anything like this. It freaked me out. He's walking across the floor and she's talking, so as soon as she stops, I'm gonna tell her about the spider. Well, about that time, he comes onto the floor and a stylist comes into the break room where we are, one of the hairstylists, and she sees that spider, and I'm not making this up. She screamed, that spider jumped and turned the other way, and they both ran away from each other. I thought, how did she just scare that spider? But she did. She scared.
That's funny.
I was like, if that spider could have screamed, he screamed. And he might have, we just couldn't hear him.
We were watching a video this morning, and it was a cat messing with a little stink bug.
Oh, God.
And he's sitting there and he's tapping at it, and all of a sudden he like leans over and he smells it, and then he starts rubbing his nose. It was the funniest thing. Like, you poor kitty.
Yo, we always get on the craziest conversations when we're making wreaths.
Well, if you live in Alabama, you'll have stink bugs all over your wreath.
That's true. It's true.
I hate them. I'll bring.
Oh, my goodness. Y'all are
Wreaths
so
in
funny. All your stories. I can't read any more of them because people are saying that they can't hear it. They don't want to hear it, so I'm not going to read any more
I'll
of them.
blame you.
No, that I've never seen something react like that, like be
That's
afraid,
funny.
especially an insect. He was literally afraid, and then I felt bad for the spider. They both ran away from each other. Oh my goodness. You guys, there's so many stories. I can't talk because I can't read them, but they're good. No, I have a really scary snake story. I can't tell though. I wish I could because you can't know with all it freaks people out. Amanda can't talk about them. She
You'll
cannot
have to
handle
tell me
them.
later.
I will tell you, she cannot handle them. So do you see how she's just alternated her ribbons? We have a new ribbon. We didn't even talk about the new ribbon. We need to show the new ribbons.
Yeah, we haven't.
Reckon we could walkie-talkie Amber?
Possible.
Let me try.
Oh, I haven't added her yet.
Okay, this one I can tell. This is funny. Karen Radford said, I ran to stomp a wolf spider and turned out it was a hair clip. Oh my gosh. The ribbon's not being put on top of each other. It looks like that a little bit from the way it's going, but what's actually happening is she's making her bow shapes, which if you need us to go over that again, we will. And every twist gets a bow. So she just goes back and opens up a twist and adds in a bow and twists it shut. So they kind of do look like that because of the way they're layered, but they're just layered in their little
Yeah. Each twist just has a piece of gray mesh, a piece of white mesh, and then one of the ribbons.
I can't read the stories. If you're in the chat now, you're like, no, I can't read the chat. Hey, Iva. Hey, listen, I'm glad you called us live. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I had to sit down. So, you want to hear about the move? We'll tell you about the move. Let's see. We started bright and early Thursday morning. We worked late Thursday night. We worked late Friday night. We worked all day Saturday. We took Sunday off. We worked yesterday till 4, and at 4 o'clock, I said to the girls, that's it. I have to go. That's all I can do. We are just so tired, but we're getting it done. And this morning I had a goal. I wanted to get the front foyer cleaned up before we did this live, and I was able to get that done. And right now, some of the girls are on lunch, and when they come back in, we're going to keep working on the retail floor. And before we leave, I'll do a live and show y'all. And I have to apologize. If you heard last night's live, I got in the car and thought, man, my energy was low in that live. I know it was. But honestly, that's life, and you get low in energy. And
Hard.
Vince had low energy. we left and went.
Has no energy.
We do. We're all working so hard.
I know Blake asked, "Are we gonna have to work this weekend?" No.
I hope not. We talked about Barb. I felt so low yesterday. She's like, that was low. I felt pretty low. I typically have pretty good energy, but it has been hard because
It's been busy.
well, and also, and we say this every time we move, but it's like, where did we have all this stuff? You know?
Really.
And we're trying to get everything done except the classroom, and then the classroom will be the last thing we do, which I think will probably be easier than we think it will. And I think most of that's because the square footage of the classroom is smaller than the rest of the store. And we are from one part of the store to the other part of the store all day long. And that's what's so hard on us. So we are exhausted. Thanks, Diana. I thought I was exhausted. We're gonna do you want me to do this one?
Sure.
You wanna come do you can't read the stories.
Don't worry.
We're gonna switch don't worry, it's not going to. We're gonna switch places real quick. I'm gonna come around. That rain is coming down.
Horrid.
So Shannon hadn't done this sign before. I haven't done this particular one, so we're gonna figure it out together. I really like this little sign, and honestly, I think it's super cute like this, but it would be really cute over here with a bow also. But this is where we're gonna put it. And I can't decide if I want to keep this or not. I may keep that on there, but I'm not going to use it to attach it. Let me show you what we're going to do. I get to work on my table. This is cool. Okay.
Rhonda, we don't sell wreath kits, but we sell all of the stuff to make the wreath, and we give you recipes and tell you what you need for them.
You can link all that again if you want to. She just got here too. So a little hot glue at the top and a little at the bottom. And I'm going to take 2 chenille stems, and I'm going to cross one over one and one over the other, and then lock them into place like so. I'm going to do that again for you guys. I want you to be able to see what I just did. Let me sit that in there. I should have waited on my bottom hot glue, but my glue has been heating up for a long time, and I know it's going to take it a long time to cool, so it'll be fine. All right, so I'm using 4 chenille stems. 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom. All right, let me show you this real quick. Here's what we're going to do. 2 chenille stems. You're going to cross them over each other about 1 inch, okay? The bottom one, you're going to fold over the top, and then the top one, you're going to fold over the bottom. Then this end, you're going to twist, and that will keep them locked together. If you try to just twist them together, they will pull out from each other. So I'm just going to twist these and lock them up, and then put them into our glue. Trust me, this glue is super hot. So I'm just going to put that right down there. And if you want, probably overkill, but you can always add a little glue on top also, so it kind of seals it in. Like so. I'll hold this up to camera too so y'all can see it. So you can see he's got legs. He's got legs. And we're going to be using them. I got to sneeze. Something got me. The dust in this room got me.
The
All right.
dust has got me.
So I need to let those cool for a second. Because they really do need to be cooled off and solid. Because if they're not, you'll pull them out. We're going to have to do this a swipper sweeper.
Get a little vacuum.
Vacuums it. We do need to, oh, Brian O'Shaughnessy? We do need
We might need a bigger one.
We're going to need a bigger Brian. That's funny. All right, so this little guy is now going to live here. And again, I'm not sure if I'm cutting this off yet. If I decide to, we can. All right, what I'm going to do is start tucking the chenille stems in and hiding them down to the wreath form. So I can see the wreath form here because I'm spreading this open. And what I'm going to do is just stick that into the wreath form for now. I'll turn this over in a minute. So there's one tucked. And I'm going to grab this guy. What you want to be mindful of at this point, and you can mess yourself up, you don't want to pull it too far to one side because you want it to stay to the middle. So I'm just opening this up and tucking this under my wreath form. Grab that in there. Now, like I said, I want to keep it to the middle. So paying attention. Let's go do the bottom. Finding spots. Tucking it down. Under my wreath form. And I'm reaching my hand under to kind of help it. I have not tightened them yet. I'll show you that in a second. I'll bring that loop out. We can do that when we get it in there. And then this guy. Find a spot to tuck it. Right here. Pull that out. Alright, and I don't want it to sink like forever low, but I do want it to sink in a little bit. Alright, let's flip it over and tighten this dude up. So grabbing the chenille stems that I already tucked in, here's one here too, and I'm just going to attach them together. And then I know this isn't going anywhere. And I'm not going to do it super tight just yet. I'm just going to get him attached so it doesn't fall out, and then I can go over there and make sure he's in the right spot. And I can always come back and twist this tighter. So he's not going anywhere now. And I kind of like this piece. I don't really want to get rid of that piece. Now look, if you need some support, if your sign is falling in or anything like that, mess with your mesh. Move it around, move your ribbons around, fluff everything back into place. And if you want, y'all know I never do this, but if you want, you can totally hot glue the sign anywhere it's touching. But I'm not really a hot gluer.
So pretty.
It is really pretty. But I don't really do the hot glue much. I do sometimes, but I like to take a wreath apart and redo it.
Teresa Eckert said, I'm going to the poorhouse, but I love it.
But your poor house is going to be beautiful. So I'll show you both of them. Well, all right. Shannon, want to help me right there?
Oh, sorry.
I got hung. There we go. We'll bring them both over.
Let's see.
Guys, I can show y'all 2 wreaths at one time with this tripod. Are you kidding me?
In the valley, our wreath forms have the twists on them already. They're made on there. Ours have 18 and they're divided between the bottom row and I think the top row.
Yeah, our
form.
form is not flat. This is what gives you such beautiful shape to your wreath. It's not a flat form. It is a thick form. When we stop the video, if you go back through, Shannon showed you that in the beginning. You'll be able to see that. Those are so pretty on camera, aren't they?
They are.
I'm looking on the monitor.
Yeah, if you don't use the same form that we have, we've had people call and theirs don't look the same. It's because it's a different type form. Our form makes it look like this. And you don't have to use as much to make it so full.
You do not. And the form hides easy. I think I might take this one home. I like this one. I said it the whole time.
I know. Your husband picked this one up.
Vince picked this one, and it's fine. I love this. But this is my favorite. I love the little mason jar.
It's so pretty.
I think I'm going to swap them. Hey, Shannon, can I swap a wreath?
Yeah.
Swap this one for this
You
one.
sure can.
Plus, yours looks better than mine. It does. It's fluffier. All right, guys.
Thank you.
I see that there are some recipe questions. Shannon's going to link the recipe blog post for you one more time. And plus, the recipe is in the description of this video. I've already put a link in there. See, Irene likes the mason jar better too.
Grand's Grand. Each twist only has one piece of mesh, or two pieces of mesh, a gray piece and a white piece, and then one of the 36-inch ribbon pieces that's made into the bow.
When we this video will stay up. When we stop streaming, you'll be able to go back and look at it. This is a bargain wreath. This is one you can make super cheap. You don't need 3 different meshes. You don't need 17 different ribbons. And this little sign, how much is this sign? You can see it on the, I didn't look.
I've got it right here.
This sign is so affordable.
$5.99.
$5.99 for that sign. It is the cutest thing. I really like the jar. All right, guys, we did that in less than an hour.
Yay!
This literally be made in an hour and 15 to hour and 30 minutes. Easy.
Yeah.
From cut to put together.
Yeah, the cuts don't take long.
Be easy. All right, guys, well, we're going to head out so we can go pack again. And I will go live again before we leave this afternoon to show you where we're at in the store. Thanks for letting us try this out today, and thank you for letting me do a live. I have not had a chance to sit down and film, so I appreciate you giving me the grace for that. And then you'll be seeing me back live again. We'll be live on Thursday, and then we'll be recorded on Saturday. So we'll be back Thursday to do, I hope Thursday I'll be doing my my desk calendar turned mini album page for February, because I'm excited about the picture I'm going to be using. So, all right, guys, thanks so much for being here today. We really appreciate it. I got to figure out how to turn this off from here. This will be fun. And if you need anything, our new, oh, I didn't talk about it. Let me tell you this real quick. I hope y'all didn't sign off. Our new phone number, Shannon's going to post a new phone number in the chat for you guys. It's also on our website, so if you need to contact us. And I wanted to tell you why we got a new phone number just really quick. I had no intentions of doing that, but because we went from a digital phone line in the city we were in to a copper phone line where we're at, we would have had some additional equipment to be able to keep our phone number digital. And instead of spending that money, we decided we would take this opportunity and just change our phone line to a copper phone line. So that's why we got a new phone number, and it's on the website and it's in the chat there for you guys. So if you need us, you can get us at maymaymadeit.com. All the emails are still the same, and our post office box is still the same, but our new address website. And we apologize for having to do that because I didn't want to do that, but that's what we did. How will you hang the wreath? I use wreath hangers. I don't know. Good night, John Boy. Oh, it's been so long, Sandy. Thank you for doing that. I use wreath hangers, and I let the hanger hook on the mesh. I mean, on the bar. I love wreath hangers. We have all kinds. We don't have them in the store. We need to get wreath hangers, especially that new one I found. That cool one. We need to get that. All right, if you need us, info@maymaymadeit.com, or give us a call on our new phone number. We're excited. We have a Clanton phone number now, so it's pretty cool. All right, thanks guys for watching. We'll talk to you again next time. Bye-bye.